Exiting his Lambda-class shuttle, the Sith Lord Darth Vader trudged his way across the snow, his footprints leaving their mark with each step. Resting his eyes upon the remains of a Venator-class Star Destroyer, something on the ground catches his attention. Brushing away some of the fallen snow, he grasps the lightsaber hilt of Ahsoka Tano. Igniting the blade, Vader sees a convor fly overhead, and now realizes that another connection to Anakin Skywalker has been cut. Turning around, he keeps the lightsaber, his reflection poignant in the broken helmet of one of Ahsoka's legion. But what if Vader had never found Ahsoka's lightsaber? What if Ahsoka and Rex had not faked their own deaths? Would they fall to the might of the Empire? Well, as you're about to see, the whole landscape of Star Wars is going to be shifted. Vader swiveled his head to meet the terrified eyes of one of his new officers. A report of a crashed ship was the subject of the matter, and Vader strode across the bridge of his Star Destroyer to order the appropriate coordinates. Entering his personal shuttle, Vader landed on the snowy terrain, where the probe droids were doing a search of the wreckage. Entering the wreckage himself, he uses the Force to pull several durasteel panels blocking his path, before something caught his eye. Ducking under the collapsed ceiling, Vader scraped off the dirt, revealing an orange shard, clearly from a helmet. Not just any helmet, but that of Ahsoka's own 501st Division. Vader frantically paces about the wreckage, tossing any pieces of metal aside, looking for any sign of Ahsoka. The stormtroopers notice the commotion, and hesitantly venture inside, but Vader pushes them away. Now entering the remains of a hangar, he looked into the database with the assistance of an astromech, and saw all of the ships had departed. He was forced to conclude that until he saw her corpse, she was still alive. Just then, another officer walked in, reporting a transmission from the Emperor. Heading back to his Star Destroyer, he knelt to the feet of the hologram of his new master. He could feel what was left of his limbs aching from the heavy suit, but struggled through to meet the cold gaze of Sidious. Sidious got straight to the point, and asked him if he had found anything significant. Vader said no. Sidious looked at his new apprentice with great suspicion, but Vader continued to look at the ground. Their silence was broken by a stormtrooper declaring that their search had been concluded. Sidious ended the transmission with a glare, knowing that his apprentice had been hiding something from him. Heading back to his shuttle, Vader's urge to seek his apprentice overwhelmed him, and he knew he could not do it by himself. Enlisting the help of his most trusted troopers and inquisitors, he dispatched them to all of the known worlds, awaiting information. Several rotations would pass, before receiving transmission from his agents, reporting that an Inquisitor had fallen into the hands of a dual-wielding Force user. Vader leapt from his meditation chamber, equipped his suit, and hopped into his shuttle, with a grace that did not match his terrifying form. He knew she would have escaped by now, but it would hopefully provide him with a lead. Landing on the tropical planet, he used his usual interrogation techniques, but could only suss out that she had not been here long. It appeared as if he was at a dead end. But now back in his meditation chamber, he hears a voice, and one he had thought was dusted in the memories of the past. It is the voice of Qui-Gon Jinn, telling Vader to be patient, and that the Force would give him the answers to his questions. Like on Mortis, Qui-Gon had left him confused. Searching for the presence of Ahsoka, he is guided to the Outer Rim, and the smuggler-laden planet of Thebeska. A light gathering of Imperials awaited his arrival, but Vader ordered them all away, and to ensure no ships exited the atmosphere. He had no need for such precautions. The sound of two blades igniting became the subject of his attention. Now looking at Ahsoka, he could see the same determination on her face, but also the remnants of mental pain. Not just any pain, but pain caused by him. Vader clutched his own head in agony, his lightsaber dropping to his side. The Emperor tried his best to drive all of his Jedi past from his memories, but this one still remained. Ahsoka's eyes widened at the dark presence she had been intending to battle, unpeeling itself layer by layer, revealing a small beacon of light. A beacon of light that was her old master. Looking around for any Imperial troopers, Ahsoka lifted Vader with the Force, and back to her makeshift shelter. Vader did not complain as Ahsoka removed the first and second layers of his mask. Looking into her master's eyes, she could see his former blue mixed with Sith yellow, and knew the light was returning to him. Clipping his lightsaber to her belt just in case, she knew she needed to leave, and the galaxy needed her again. Allowing Ahsoka to pilot his ship, he was relieved to have solved the mystery of the wreckage, and now he wanted revenge on the Emperor, who had been attempting to convince him she was dead. Landing aboard Bail Organa's ship, with whom Ahsoka had formed an acquaintance with, Vader played the role of a prisoner, as Ahsoka moved him to the medical bay. Several medical droids were on hand to remove Vader's armour, and his scars were exposed for Ahsoka to see. Even the normally fearless Ahsoka grimaced at what happened to her master. The droids began to work on the damaged wounds, many of which had been poorly treated, before placing him in a Bacta tank. Leaving Vader to heal, Ahsoka meets with the Organas. They are utterly confused. what had happened to the towering terror machine of Vader. Ahsoka details Vader's gradual return to the light, but Bail in particular is not convinced. He had heard about Obi-Wan's confrontation with him on Mustafar, and had listened repeatedly to Yoda at how one could not turn back from the dark side. But Ahsoka's determination was able to convince him otherwise. And besides, if he could justify his loyalty, he would be a valuable asset in the fight against the Empire. Ahsoka now stood in front of the Bacta tank, watching the improvements in the breathing of her master. In time, she would find out how exactly he had gained all these scars, but for now, she had another transmission to make. That is it for part 1 of What If Vader Never Found Ahsoka's Lightsaber. If you'd like to see part 2, please like this video, and if you're new to this channel, and my other channel, subscribe for more tips. And as always, leave a comment on what if you'd like to see next, and how I can improve my videos. Thank you very much for watching, and see you next time.